Tell me what you're feeling right now.
Well, we've been anticipating a runoff occurring for several months now, and so this is phase two. If we have a runoff, it's phase two of the campaign, and then 5 weeks from now, we'll have some final numbers.
Just moments ago, we were speaking with John Suthers, and he was wishing you well and wishing also the other candidates well. If you had a message for him right now, what would that be?
Oh gosh, that's a challenging question. Well, I'm going to give it my best shot, and I assume he is, and then we'll leave it up to the voters to say who is going to be the mayor. It's really an important election, and I think people know that. They know that the future of Colorado Springs rests on the shoulder of the person that they determine is going to be mayor. So the next 5 weeks are very important. It's phase two. We've so far had a great campaign. John and I think, have great respect for each other, and I think we'll probably get into a little more detail as we go forward. I think that's what. That's what voters are looking for.
Speaking of that detail, let's talk a little bit about that without giving away, of course, your runoff strategy.
Right.
But speaking of that detail, for those voters who didn't vote for you and voted for one of the other candidates, what would you have to tell them? You can look straight into the camera and tell them.
I always enjoy talking to you, Eric. I think that there were some issues that were discussed that were probably not critical to the future of Colorado Springs, but they were issues that are current issues that people talk about, such as C4C. I think what we need to talk about next are things that are absolutely critical to the future of Colorado Springs. And people need to think about what kind of community are we going to be and who can best lead us into that future.
Speaking of that community, who we want to be, in one of your commercials, we had a viewer who asked me, and I have not seen this commercial specifically or the wording, but it said something about tabling the stadium proposal in downtown.
Let's take that downtown stadium off the table is what I say in the commercial. And I think that it's an appropriate move to make because it's totally undefined and it's very divisive in the community. I have suggested to the proponents of the stadium or the sports facility that they take it off the table and better define it before it goes before the voters. Right now, it's kind of a black hole in terms of detail. We need to know the detail, and then we can decide whether or not that's something we want to fund.
Were there any surprises in the initial batch of numbers as far as first, second, third, et cetera? Joel Miller made a pretty good, strong showing.
He did a very strong showing, and I think that a lot of people, that shows that a lot of people are in tune with his what I would call maybe an anti-establishment position. And that was a little surprising, but then it was a little surprising. I thought I would get more votes that first go around. Hey, I'm still all in. I'm game for the next 5 weeks, and let's see what happens on May, whatever it is, 19th or 23rd or something. I don't even know.
Have you had the opportunity to reach out to the other candidates?
Not yet. I have their phone numbers in my phone. I'm about to call them.
And without being intrusive, what kind of message are you going to have for those to enlist their aid in your campaign?
Well, I think that I most of all want to say to them how much I enjoyed being in the campaign with them. Everybody was very respectful. Everybody treated everyone else with dignity, which I think the citizens deserve. And what I want to say to them is that very thing. I enjoyed getting to know them. Most of those people I did not know before the campaign. And I am convinced that they all want the best for Colorado Springs as well. How I'm going to persuade them to tell their voters to vote for me, I don't have that exact message yet.
All right, thank you very much. Former Mayor Mary Lou Makepeace, thank you so much for being here and speaking live to our viewers so they can be able to hear your message. And you just heard the message from the former mayor who wants to be, again, the mayor of Colorado Springs, Mary Lou Makepeace. And of course, we're continuing our live election coverage. Just minutes ago, there should be another information dump to give us more clarity with regards to this runoff, which will be happening next month. And of course, we'll keep you up to speed here with live, continuing election coverage here on Gazette.com. Until then, I'm Eric Singer at Gazette.com. We'll see you soon.